And here we are again, another unboxing with
The last
the brothers Spectre. We are back again with another Imperial ship.
Yep.
This one is the one and only TIE Phantom.
TIE Phantom.
We drool over the TIE Defender. I expect we're probably going to drool over the TIE Phantom as well. But
Yeah, this one has a new ability. I'm curious. I first will talk about. I want to double check. I have had the pleasure of playing Star Trek at TACTICIAN. There's a different device on that when you play Klingons and stuff. I guess I played Klingons. I think Romulans have it too or something.
You're going to just destroy the internet by talking about Star Trek when we're doing
It's gotta be
unboxing.
It's gotta be given loving though, because you know the same guy who directed Star Trek.
Oh, there he's pulling the JJ.
Yeah, now you got a merge thing.
Oh, there it is.
I just happened to play a demo game. It wasn't nothing major. Don't worry, Star Wars fans. I'm still a Star Wars guy by heart.
All right, the TIE Phantom. What does it say about the TIE Phantom? Well, it says the primary result of a hidden research facility on M. Alpha, the TIE Phantom added a small fighter with cloaking capabilities to the Imperial fleet. So it is a fighter with cloaking abilities. Doesn't sound like much, does it? Looking at the maneuver abilities, it can straight move up to 4. It can K-turn at the 4 and 3 level, but it will stress at the 4 and 3 level, unlike the TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
It can only turn at the 1 level, as you basically see in front of you here, and 2 and 3, it can do pretty much anything.
The TIE Bank 1. Hard banks at 1.
But yeah, it can hard bank at 1, 2, and 3 without stressing itself. So it is maneuverable, but not ridiculously maneuverable with stress-free K-turns.
Another cool ship.
Good look to it.
It's a cool looking little guy.
It, you know,
It's definitely looking sleek.
kind of looks like a baby TIE Defender before it grows and sprouts all its wings and gets real crazy looking. And by that I mean it has the tri wing design.
Going with, so this is what the new wave has, is the, like you said, the tri-wing aspect of it. So very claw-like looking grasp on these new ships.
Very sleek.
So cool. Let's check out get into what we're looking at.
What can it do? Already looking at some of the packaging. It's going to come with your basics, the maneuver dials, the base card, and I'm seeing shield tokens on this one too. Good God.
And the new look
Token. Oh yeah, there's
token.
the cloak token.
So that's what we're going to be looking at.
Very unique looking to it. I'm seeing some crazy designs over here that's caught my attention on one of the cards.
All right. Ooh, just funny. This is like back to the old TIE Interceptor, TIE Fighter names. This one is Whisper. He's a 7 pilot. So let's check. Whoa! Firepower 4. What?
It can lob 4 rounds at its target.
So at range 1, that's 5.
Ouch! At range 1, that is 5. That is crazy.
Not as maneuverable as some of the as you expect out of the Imperial fleet.
No, but it still has 2 agility, so it's still more maneuverable than most of your Rebel ships that are out there. 2 hull.
It's a little weaker than a TIE fighter.
But you're adding 2 shields to this.
Yes.
So it's still going to take at least 4 shots to take this down. But that is ridiculous. 4 attacks.
Looks like the support droid guy though, for the upgrades and the radar.
The radar
thing.
Veteran. And then the commander. So 3 upgrades. It can focus, barrel roll, evade, and then of course cloak.
The new cloak.
Yeah. And compared to some of the other the recent unboxings that you just might have watched with us, only 32 points. So he's
pretty good.
About 3 or 4 cheaper than some of the ones you saw, but he is only, again,
Whisper
is a 7.
Whisper can, after you perform an attack that hits, you may assign 1 focus token to your ship.
So free, consider that a free action.
Yeah, that's pretty good for 7 because he's going to hit usually before more ships.
Yep. Focus, and then when you move next round, you can use that maneuver and then throw the cloak in, I would assume, and we'll see what that does in a bit here. So not a bad. I mean, just
he's good.
The 4 attack alone makes it interesting.
TIE Phantom being a 4 attack really makes these some of the harder hitters. They're hitting harder than interceptors. They're not going to have the. So if you're trying to compare ships, the Phantoms are going to bring more firepower that we've seen from some of the other ships, but you're sacrificing the survivability.
You know, you hear some talk
if
out
it's
there
not cloaked. If it's not cloaked, it's going to be a
lot of the firepower with the Imperial comes with numbers more than it does with single ships. This kind of changes that. Now you have a single ship that can give you some firepower.
So this is a Echo. He's a pilot 6, so 1 skill level drop.
Dropping, but you're not losing any of his skill points. Still the 4-2-2-2.
Or skill upgrades. He's keeping
the same.
He's keeping the veteran thing with the other 2 things.
And gets cheaper, 30.
30, so he's actually a 2-point drop. Then we've seen some other ships like that. So when you decloak, you must use the 2 bank or right bank template instead of the 1-2 straight template. So we figured out what that cloaking does, I guess.
Yep.
So it seems pretty solid again.
So a little something you'd have to be aware of if you use that cloaking device.
Right.
You're getting force maneuvers.
So we'll have to go back to kind of look at this once we look at that part. But we're now looking at the basic guy, which is a Shadow Squadron pilot at 5 skill.
Still not losing any of the ship's point values. 4-2-2-2.
Again, we're losing the veteran upgrades.
Obviously, he's not a named pilot. 27 points. So the drop in these ships as you go down in pilot skill is significant point-wise.
Even though it's like 1 skill drop, you're losing almost 3. That's 3 points different than.
So yeah, 27. He could definitely fit into your squads a lot easier. As can this next one. 25 points for a level 3 TIE Phantom, and this is the Sigma Squadron pilot. So 25 points to get a ship that can throw 4 shots.
That's awesome.
And still dodge at 2, and still have 2 shields on top of 2 hull.
Yeah. Not to mention, we can't once we figure out the upgrades.
Depending on what upgrades you want to go with it. So
okay, so let's get into this. So first, it's come with 2 cards, or 3 cards. 1 modification card, which is standard in line.
That's what I was seeing back here. There's some fancy graphics on the back of this.
All right, so it's like a cloak action. This card explains the rules for performing a cloak action. Ships with the cloak icon in their action bar may perform a cloak action. When a ship performs a cloak action, place 1 cloak token near that ship. A ship cannot perform the cloak action while it already has a cloak token.
So you can only do it once.
So
makes sense.
The agility value of the ship with a cloak token is increased by 2. So that really would turn these into 4s now. So that's really awesome.
Wow.
While that ship has a cloak token, it cannot perform attacks though.
So if you want to do a hit and run, you come in, hit your target. You don't think you can get out, or if you've got numerous ships around you that are probably going to hammer you, cloak yourself, and that'll give you a better chance of getting clear before you can bang back.
Cloak tokens are not removed during the end phase, so these are going to be getting in positions. But with, like you said, with 4 fire position, it's stalking.
Yeah, you don't want to see this ship launch into an X-wing squadron, get its shots in, and then get ripped apart because of the amount of firepower an X-wing squad might have. So you throw that cloak on there, it's hit, cloak, get out of there,
You can kind of like really
whip
move.
around.
You can actually be in the center because
Or if you use a cloak action beforehand, get all the way around, get behind.
well, you could give this ship.
It's very tactical.
Cloak is part of it. You can go in with one of these ships to kind of lead to be the center.
Yep.
So it's going to have a cloak action, give it a 4. You can give it a stealth device, it's at 5. At range 3, it's at 6 agility.
Yep.
So
just kind of swarm around.
this ship it doesn't have to swarm. It actually can lead because it's dodging with 5.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, why not? If you've got that.
That's a lot of
Chance.
dice. They have an option that's with people not really being able to hit a lot. You could really play it that way because that mod is right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Cloak and just go straight.
So how do we get out of cloak? We have the decloak reference card.
Obviously, you've got a decloak. A ship may spend a cloak token to decloak immediately before revealing its maneuver die. When a ship decloaks, it must choose one of the following effects. Perform a barrel roll using the 2 maneuver template, or execute a 2 maneuver. So you're going to either go 2 straight or 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Decloaking is not an action or a maneuver, and a ship can decloak while it has a stress token on it.
Wow, cool.
Interesting. A ship cannot decloak if it would overlap another ship or an obstacle token, or if the maneuver template would overlap an obstacle token. After decloaking, the ship continues its activation phase as normal. Interesting.
So this is a lot of this. This is a really, really good game mechanic.
2 straight. So if you cloak,
But it's also barrel roll.
you decloak and you
can
move
be-
2
right.
in one of those 3 directions.
Meaning that
then
the ship is
you
not.
get your additional move on top of that, unless you're the one
If you're
the whisper.
If you're hunting for the like you're trying to engage the TIE Phantom, if once it comes out of cloak, it may not be in the spot that you think it's actually in before it actually starts its action. So
That's crazy. Think
this
about
is
that.
awesome.
If you're
this is
here,
an awesome game mechanic.
or you think it's here, and you turn your ship a certain way to line up, it decloaks and then shoots 2 to the left, which is it's a decent distance.
At distance 2, yeah,
that's not
lot
a
of
small
distance.
move. That's a lot of difference.
That's a lot of right off your fire arc.
He
And
could easily be out of the fire arc at that point, and then he
Now-
gets to move on top of that.
now with Echo is not only from the cross of where he if it was a T, he's at a T situation
Yep.
where he could be. Echo actually could be
The curve.
right next,
Get behind
almost get right next side of you.
And then you throw in that outmaneuver upgrade that we keep talking about in the other
Yeah.
unboxings, where now you're reduce your agility by 1, and this guy's gonna hit you with 4 firepower.
Yeah.
If you've got 0 agility, guess who's getting lit up?
Yeah.
That guy.
These new pilots with some of their abilities really are a combination with some of the new modification cards. That's pretty cool. I like
The Imperials have always been especially when you know someone like yourself that's really skilled at maneuvering. They've always been very maneuverable. A lot of positioning the correct way. These new ships just take that. Not even the next step. That's like a leap. In that direction. That's crazy.
This I gotta say, fans play. This mechanic is awesome. I mean, this is the best. This has been the best camo representation of the model that I have now seen, because you are literally going to be moving to try to engage the ship, but literally as a player you can go in left, right, or forward direction, meaning as you're trying to line up those very delicate angles where we've seen how close has that been. This all of a sudden this ship is not in that.
We've done numerous bat reps where we get to the point where I'm just in that firing arc and I'm able to get the shots. Yeah, great. And with this ship, it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, these 2 Imperial ships are going to be very deadly at hunting down rebel adversaries, because they are very difficult to box in. It's going to be amazing. And we're not done yet.
You folks out there that enjoy using the Imperials that might have trouble hunting the named pilots that the Rebels have, these guys can make it a lot easier to get to that position where you're singling out the Wedges, the Luke Skywalkers, and just focusing on them and trying to get them out of the game.
Yeah.
So then you can.
It just like when you think you're lining them up, they could easily take 1 or 2 ships out of the
Tactical just went up a level.
So let's see what we got here. So fire control systems is an old card. After you perform an attack, you may target on a defender. That's kind of like coming with some of the bigger ships. They have that. So this is like the crew thing.
Don't dismiss that too quickly though, because the TIE Phantoms can pick this up. They do not have the target lock capabilities in general. So with this upgrade, you give them that ability.
Yes.
And again, 4 shots at a target lock. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So a new one here is a Tactician. It's a crewman for 2 points. After you perform an attack against a ship inside your fire range 2, that ship receives 1 stress token. So not bad.
Talking about stress tokens, limiting the ability for a Phantom. So you stress someone out, you know that they can only go straight to remove that stress, and you've got the TIE Phantom that's cloaked.
Especially rebel ship. Yeah, most rebel ships will have the.
There's your chance to get around them.
This is an old card.
Recon Specialist, we've seen this one before, we've seen it used before.
Yeah, the fire spread.
It basically gives you the ability to perform a focus action, assign 1 additional focus to your ship, so it's basically doubling the focus.
That's good. It's worked really well with Hawks. So now you're really going to see that combination with the Phantom. Okay, so
And here we go with the cloaking device. So it is an upgrade. 4 points. It is a
this
TIE.
is the advanced.
Oh, this is the advanced cloaking.
They automatically come with it, but this is not what it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. TIE Phantom only. 4 points. After you perform an attack, you may perform a fleet. A free cloak action.
Your opponent may want to flee.
Yeah, he's gonna flee. After you perform an attack, you may perform a free cloak action. So again, if you attack, you've got the advanced device on there. Boom, cloak. So that way, when your next turn comes around, you're not losing that action.
Yeah, this is an automatic with Echo and Whisper. Yeah.
Probably.
They're so high up, 6 and 7.
Throw that extra. Might as well throw the extra 4
You're
points
not
on
going to
there
use
and
it.
advance it.
Yeah, you may use it on the Shadow. If you're playing a type of swarming type of game and your opponent doesn't have too many. I mean, it could work with that. I don't see it with the Sigma because he's pile level 3. That's going to be for 4 points. That makes that hard situational point of that. But
Probably not recommended to waste the point.
Yeah.
Not really waste, but to use the
Echo
points
will
in
be
that aspect.
in good ground. He's not going to be in perfect ground with this. Where Whisper will be absolutely awesome. He's only going to run into a few other pilots that will have a situation where he's not going to be. This will protect him against all others after he's done his attacking. So that's awesome.
And then the last one here, let's see, it is the Stygium Particle Accelerator. Modification 2-pointer. When you either decloak or perform a cloak action, you may perform a free evade action. So, okay, so let's cloak. Add 2 to our already level of agility. So you go from 2 agility to 4 agility because you're cloaking. If you spend 2 points and get this particle accelerator, now you get an evade in there, so that's 5.
This is actually better. We had you.
I'm just gonna dodge. I'm just gonna.
I had mentioned that we talked about the stealth device.
Yep.
This is actually a better deal.
Yep.
Because the stealth device is 4 points.
It's 4 points, and if you get hit, you lose it.
Yes.
You don't lose this if you get hit.
Yes.
This is a free evade.
And the stealth device is only as a die roll.
Right, and this is an automatic.
This is an automatic.
It is only for the TIE Defender though, because it
Yes.
has to be has to come with a a TIE Phantom, because it has to be used in conjunction with the cloaking.
Yes.
But for a ship like Whisper, that's already ridiculously impressive.
So this works really well with some definitely the lower end ones. So you can definitely keep your Sigma or Shadow ones much more around.
Yeah, actually, the lower guys.
Because I
For
think
2 points,
because I think Whisper,
you might not need it.
because it's a modification on that, so you can only have 1 on the ship. So you're probably going to go with the advanced cloaking device on Whisper and use the Stygium on the 2 basic guys.
These upgrades,
Echo, you can go either way on depending on what you really run into a lot in your
these upgrades and these abilities really hammer home what was intended with the cloak device. Is you want to be able to stay undetected, get to where you need to go, do your damage, and possibly get out with little to no damage.
So this is what we're looking at with the new 4 ships. They're bringing a lot to the table. I mean, this is our final installment. If you've been watching the other ones, where the Imperium, I cannot say feels like they're lacking. They're bringing 2 ships that are going to change the table. What you usually see out.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the Headhunter and the E-Wing and increasing what the Rebels have. But with this TIE Defender and the TIE Phantom, it's keeping the playing field even. It might even be bringing the Imperials up a little bit, skill-wise, point-wise.
I mean,
it's a game changer. With some of these ships, it's okay not to come with the straight X-Wing swarm anymore. You now,
well, that's the interesting. The Rebels can go Z95 swarm, which
not
is
X-Wing swarm. I'm sorry,
TIE swarm. Yeah.
You can come with some big dogs now, and that's I didn't even look at it that way, but you're right.
And then you can kind of bring we saw Corrin Horn. He's a really good tank 101, really dangerous type of fighter there. But then the Imperial side, which like you said, were mostly TIE swarms and stuff competing very well. Now all of a sudden you have lethal pilots that can go off on, trying to engage one-on-one with
You're absolutely right. Just face value, without actually putting some points together and building fleets, it does seem that way. Is you can basically go swarm for either the Rebels or the Imperials, or you can go unique pilots and kind of go high point value with both sides.
Well, I think in a way, like
Very interesting.
the way cards are kind of going, like the rebels are going to be gravitating more to swarms because there's not a lot of Imperial cards that do a lot with. There's a couple ships that can do the missile damages to like swarms themselves, so they're more likely to kind of start trying to get more ships out there with the shields and all the gun like that, because that's the issue with dealing with rebel fleets. Ships are trying to get through the shields before you get to the hulls to do the critical damage. Where the Imperial side, which we used to do TIE swarms, where all the cards are going after the TIE swarms, now have these new abilities where they're just going to be in positions of shooting you down. So it makes those.
And they can
if you
shoot
do
you
go
down.
swarm, they're going to start taking you out. So you're going to need. You're in that middle blend now, where both sides, like you said, can go swarm.
Yeah.
But you're really going to need now. You need to have a couple swarm ships, but you need some of these great pilots like Whisper, Echo, Cornhorn,
And if you're going against some of the
because they're just going to kill you.
yeah, and if you're going against some of the bigger ships, Imperials now, you know you can do damage to these bigger ships, even if it's the Millennium Falcon, or if it's the Tantive or the Rebel Transport. You know you can really focus on those ships and hammer them and hit them hard and do damage. Where before it was, let me get the swarm around there, and all 5 of my ships or 6 of my ships are going to focus on this one. You can focus on that one larger ship, which is one of these guys, and then let your TIE swarm go after whatever else is out there.
Yeah, your big ship is going to be hunting this down because
there's
this is scary.
a lot of possibilities. The chess match just went up a level. You know, we went from regular chess to Loka with these ships. You know, it's like a 4-player type. We got so many aspects that are going to happen.
This is an awesome. I mean,
It's
bravo Fantasy Flight, because this is an amazing amount of ships. Like I said, the cloaking is the best camo uses I've ever seen in a game. And I play a lot of games that you know you've seen on this channel here.
Yeah.
So I'm really liking that. I like what the Imperials are getting. I can't wait to now get not only as you see we have one of these ships for our studio. I can't wait to multiply that and bring a lot more different versions.
On the receiving end, I can wait.
Well, you're gonna play both sides. You play both sides, so we'll have a lot to this. This is awesome. So I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the bat rips where these ships are in use, and you'll get to see how deadly they can actually be.
Yeah,
It should be interesting. For sure.
And to finish this last of the 4 videos up, if you just stumbled upon us, you know that we play for fun. We have a lot of that, but sometimes we'll put up once in a while we'll put up a tournament type of 100-point build. So we hope you enjoy that. Let us know what's going on. Comment below. Tell us what you think about these ships from that, and get people on board to subscribe to us, because we feel like Swing has really done us a lot for helping us build our studio.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what combos that you guys put together when you're building your squads, and what works for you. So let us know. Sure.
All right. Thanks again.